what I've done is I've arranged the joystick so that when I point the joystick forward, the motors will drive the car forward. When I pull it backwards, the motors, of course, will drive it backwards. When I move the joystick a bit to the left, the car will steer to the left. And when I move it to the right, it will steer to the right. As you can see over here, if I push the joystick forward, there go my motors. When I pull it backwards, they go the other direction. If I move it up to the left, one motor gets faster than the other. And if I move it to the right, the opposite of that occurs. So now we've looked at that. Let's take a look at the sketch that takes all this possible. And then we'll take a stick with our little car and drive it around the room. So here's a sketch I come up with the motor control as a car with a joystick. Now, as with all the other sketches, you can find these on drone.workshop.com along with a complete explanation of each sketch. I'm going to go over this one with you right now. Now, we start off the same as we have with our other sketches. Define the number of integers, and these are the inputs and the enable ones for the L2 and the N. Then we've got the analog inputs, the Arduino, which are not built to join versions into a chorus, either vertical or horizontal potentiometer and joystick. And with our last sketch, we define a couple of integers to represent the motor speed for each motor, and we select 0. We've also got a couple of new values here for the vertical and horizontal positions of the joystick, and we're initialized at 512. Now, remember that the analog to digital converter in the Arduino will convert two input voltages to values between 0 and 1023, so 512 is pretty low in the middle of your range. Same as setup control in this line of input outputs as we did before, and we'll also start our motor off, both disabled with enable A being low and enable B being low, and also set put the motor to spin in a forward direction. Then we go into the loop. Now we're going to get the joystick positions and put them into the values that we define for joystick positions using an analog reconnect, just like we did with the potentiometers in the last sketch. Now remember, the vertical joystick is the one that determines whether we're going forwards or backwards. If we pull it all the way up, we want to go forward. If we pull it all the way back, we want to go backwards. Also, the more we push it up or the more we pull it down, the faster we want to go. So we're representing both speed and direction with this joystick. Now, the vertical position will be above a value of 512 if we want to move forward, and will be below 512 if we want to go backwards. However, we have to consider that most joysticks are not perfect, and that the variable resistors, the potentiometers and something, have a little bit of a tolerance, not allowed above 10%. That decide with any value above 564, we just simply want to go forward, whether a value below 460 determines we're going backwards. So in the first case here, I evaluate the value below 460, we want to go backwards. We'll set the motor direction backwards, and then we'll go and determine the motor speed. Now in this case, as we pull the joystick down, the numbers we're reading on the analog input are going to get lower and lower, getting another motor to go faster and faster. So we need to do a bit of math. So take the value and subtract 465. That's going to give me a negative number. And so what I need to do is multiply that by negative 1 or to make it positive. Then after that, I use the math command that was seen before to map the value between 0 and 460 to values between 0 and 255, so I can drive that motor with pulsive modulation. Now, in the case where the vertical potentiometer is reading above 564, we are going forward. So again, we'll set our motor direction to forward, and we'll determine the motor speed with the math command. We don't need to do the fancy math we did before, because as we push the joystick forward, the values are going to go up and up. So we'll just map the values of 564 to 1023, the values between 0 and 255. If it doesn't evaluate to either of the previous two conditions, then the motor stops, and we'll set the motor speed to 0. Now we'll do the steering, and we'll do that with the horizontal potentiometer. Again, we use the criteria of below 460 or above 564. If it's below 460, we do basically the same thing we did before. We do the mathematics and convert it to a positive number. And then we'll map that position to the value between 0 and 255. Now we'll do a little bit of math after this, because remember, when we want to turn left, what we want to do is spin the right motor faster and spin the left motor slower. So motor number 1 is our left one, and motor number 2 is our right one. So in motor number 1, we have to minus this value from the current motor speed, which we determined earlier. On motor number 2, we add the value to it. So we make motor number 1 go slower, and motor number 2 go faster. Now, this will likely produce a value of equal to the speed 255 or goes below 0. So we have a couple of instances here. The motor speed is below 0, then it's equal to 0. Whether the motor speed is above 255, then it's equal to 255. Now, if the horizontal is above 564, we want to turn right. And we basically do the same thing. We'll map the values, and then we'll do the same math to add and subtract what we know. You'll notice that in this case, we're adding to motor speed number 1 and subtracting from number 2 because there's no one to turn right. Again, we make sure we don't exceed the values of 255 or 0. Finally, I have the same statement I've always had to prevent the motor speed button. If the motor speed is less than 8, then we'll just consider it to be 0. And last but not least, the analog rate command converts to the enable one, so both the two motors are spinning at the correct speed. And then the loop gets repeats itself as long as your Arduino is powered up. We can drive our car around the loop. So now time to give our little car a test drive. As you've noticed, I've put a very, very long wire between the car and the L298, and that's, of course, what happens in the space to maneuver the vehicle. So I'm going to stick this down the floor and see if I can drive as best as I can. I'm going to move the joystick forward, and the car moves forward. I move it backwards, the car moves backwards. And move a little off to the right, a little off to the left. So I can steer the car safe. It's not that practical with this wire on it. So as you can see, it's actually working the robot car. That was that Arduino's test fun. Okay, so that about does it. We learned quite a bit in this video, haven't we? We learned what a DC motor is, how it works, we learned about the history about DC motors. We learned how an H-brace works, and how we can use the L298 and an H-brace controller with an Arduino, even without an Arduino, to control a pair of motors. If you get that knowledge, we need to build this cool little robot car that we can drive around with using joystick. So I think we've covered quite a bit. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have any comments, please leave them below the video. If you need the code for any of these projects, visit drone.workshop.com, where you'll see a detailed article about everything we covered, as well as all the sketches you'll need in order to recreate all of these experiments yourself. So thank you once again for joining me. I hope to see you soon in the workshop. Take care. Today in the workshop, we're going to do some of the small open source robotics arm called the Leon. I'm going to take you step by step through the assembly of the Leon using Neon can corrupt Arduino. It's a pretty easy device to put together, but watch out. I made a huge mistake at the beginning, one that you're not, and one repeat when you build your own Neon. So stay tuned, and welcome to the workshop. Welcome to the workshop is the first video in a series about the Lean Arm. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with what a Lean Arm is, it's an open source robotics farm that was originally developed to teach school children about robotics. However, the Lean Arm is a useful tool for any robotics enthusiast. The Lean Arm is open source, therefore all